So let's look at this in a slightly different context. Now we've got a map, and it's got a driving path from this casino, I guess it's point A, to Lacoma Golf Park, and the phone app says this is a 3 mile distance. But we're most interested in the graphic at the bottom left. Note here is our scale factor. 2,000 feet or 500 meters equals 1 inch on the map. So we could write this in the same form we had before. We could say 1 inch corresponds to 2,000 feet in the real world. So 1 inch of this map is 2,000 feet in the real world, or 1 inch is equal to 500 meters in the real world. All right. So we're told that points A and B are 4.06 inches apart. I believe we're measuring this like as the crow flies, so we just put a ruler in between the two and made that measurement. So how far is the casino, the golf course, in feet and also miles? So let's start with the feet. So we've got 4.06 inches, and as we said before, if we're going to go from small to big, we're going to multiply by the scale factor, and we want to go to feet first. So we are just going to multiply this by the 2,000 feet, which is the real world, to the 1 inch, which is the map world. Notice I'm being very careful how I write this, and I'm noting that these inches will disappear, and we're left with that 2,000 feet. Not trusting my math skills, I'm going to jump to Desmos, and we're going to do 2,000 times 4.06, and we get 8,120 feet. Exactly. All right, so now the question is, how could we convert these feet into miles? Well, we need to know the conversion factor. How many feet equal 1 mile? So 1 foot equals 5,002, let's try again. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. That's one conversion factor I know. So here we're going from small to big, right? So this is the small version. So I'm going to divide by this conversion factor. We'll put the mile on top. We'll put the 5,280 feet on the bottom. These feet are going to cancel. And whatever this result is the distance in miles. So again, let's jump to Desmos. We're going to do 8,120 feet divided by 5,280 feet. And we're left with approximately, we said 2 decimals, 1.54 miles. Now, you may be asking yourselves, how did you know that 1 mile equals 5,280 feet? Let's just say I Googled it. I've taught this course enough times that I have that memorized. You may have that memorized as well. For any exam, we're not going to expect you to have these memorized. You'll have a reference sheet that you could put this on, and also I could make sure the scale factors are on the exam themselves. All right, let's do a couple more looks at questions here. So number 6, it says, we look at a satellite photo at the same scale, meaning 1 inch to 2,000 feet or 1 inch to 500 meters, whichever we prefer to use, metric or standard. Could we see any boats on this river if we're actually looking at the satellite image? So we'll start with a 50-foot boat. What would its size be on this map? Notice we're going from big to small. So this is a large real-world view. So to get it into the small view, we have to divide by the scale factor. So how many inches is that going to show up on the map? So we'll do 50 feet divided by 2,000 feet. I should probably be able to do this in my head, but I'm not going to. So we got 50 divided by 2,000, and that gets us to 0.025 inches. Are we going to be able to view that? Probably not without a microscope. So I'm going to say no, or not microscope, but magnifying glass. So do we need to write this variable description? No, because we already did it on the previous page. We're multiplying when we're going from small to large, and we're dividing when we're going from, did I say that right? When we're going from small to large, we're multiplying. When we're going from large to small, we're dividing. Notice we tend to have these things as 1 equals blank amount of units. So the number you're multiplying or dividing by is the number of units that's equal to the 1. We're going to formalize this a little bit in the next set of questions.